We're backstage at Pop Fest. I'm Julia Cunningham, and I'm joined by a portion of Scream Queens, the second season, the best portion. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Don't tell everyone else.
Emma Roberts, Leah Michelle.
Hello.
Women, thank you so much for hanging out with us backstage.
Nasty women.
Nasty women. Well, seriously, I mean, the ones that bring it, let's be honest.
That's what I meant about best.
Yeah.
We're the nastiest.
Oh, totally.
And therefore the best.
Absolutely. I mean, you guys, Dean Munch, who is now, Dr. Munch.
Dr. Dean.
Dr. Dean.
Or Dean
Munch.
Doctor.
Yeah, you choose, whichever way. How do you like being in charge in a hospital now?
I just like being in charge.
Yeah,
and
right?
this week I'm directing the show, which means
super
I
in
am
charge.
super in charge. I just basically, I'm soon going to direct your
I would love
whole
that.
work here.
I would love that.
And soon I'm going to direct Pop Fest and then the universe.
My life, even I'll let you direct anything. Tell me what was this something that Ryan always had intention, or did you say I want to do this?
We had talked about it once, so yes. But anyway.
Jamie literally just walks to work one day and she's like, "Hey guys," and we're like, "Hey," she goes, "I'm directing next week," and we were like, "Of course you are," and of course you just walk in here and say that, and it's just happening like the next week.
How did it feel having Jamie Lee Curtis direct you?
It's
amazing.
This one hasn't.
She hasn't.
I haven't yet.
Leah hasn't yet, but she directed. What I love is she just, because she's obviously an amazing actress as well, she's just like knows exactly how to tell us what to do and where to stand and do all that in a way that we're like, we get right away, and I love that.
Well, is it
hilarious.
different? Like, do you give them more prep work because as an actor, like, oh
no, I feel like less because of that. She trusts us way more than everyone else, and she doesn't tell us the same thing 100 times. She tells us once, and she's very encouraging. She's very encouraging. She's like very funny, very funny. She knows to pat our egos on the back.
No, it's not that. Honestly, it's not that. I will tell you what it is. We work in a vacuum. Mm-hmm. We do a TV show. It's a comedy.
Yep.
But there's no response because it's filmed, and so therefore the crew itself can't laugh. If you do a sitcom, the goal is to get the audience to laugh in front of you, and you actually get the feeling of it. So you're doing a comedy like a movie. It's a vacuum. You have no response from anyone. And then because we're shooting in a very constrained amount of time, you then also move on to the next thing right away. So, and then the show's on TV, and maybe somebody will call you and say, "Oh, I saw the show and you were funny," but mostly not.
No, we start to forget. We
live in a vacuum, and so I think it's important to say to people, you were like when Leah was in the cage.
Yeah, very Silence of the Lambs.
About that beauty product.
Died.
But to not write her and say that was insanely funny is, to me, a mistake if we don't do that for each other.
Yeah,
because we need the feedback. Anyway.
No, I think that's very smart. We spoke very briefly at Comic-Con right before you guys were going into production. How does it feel now with like Taylor Lautner in the cast and everyone sort of involved? Does it feel like very natural having the new addition of everybody?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, John is he's a veteran. Mm-hmm. So, he came in and it was so wonderful having him a part of the show. And obviously Taylor. I think that we are a female strong cast. So to bring in such nice male energy was really great for us. But I think we did a great job with the transition going from being in the sorority to the hospital and adding in the new cast members. Everything felt very natural. And I think it really did breathe in a great new, breath of fresh air for our second season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it definitely feels where it's like, not that you forget that there was a first season and that there was like a whole university, but it flows very easily this season, which I wasn't surprised about, I guess, in some ways, right? Because the writing's so tight. Did you guys ever think like,
why aren't you on camera?
Why
aren't we doing this? Why don't you have a TV show? You're so smart.
Thank you.
This isn't on TV.
Yeah, it is. We're on TV.
But it will.
But it's not really TV.
We're on TV.
Do you want to direct
really
a pilot
TV?
for
We're
me?
on the internet.
But that's not really TV. You know what I mean?
All right,
yeah.
You're sort of like the Rachel Maddow. No, she's like the Rachel Maddow of entertainment.
Thank you. This is my boss, so I'll make sure something happens from that.
Okay, we'll talk later.
We'll talk later. Jamie Lee Curtis is now my life coach.
I'm just all of a sudden
agent.
That just
/
affected me.
publicist.
No, I'm so embarrassed, but thank you.
I didn't know we were on TV.
Technically on TV.
I was trying to figure out why we were trying to protect the young ones with their body
Legs,
positions.
yeah, totally.
And now I understand.
And you're saying how you're going to direct our whole lives and you don't see the camera in
I do want to know though about like the writing on the show, just because it is so fluid. It feels like there's long chapters of dialogue. Like, does it feel like a smooth run. Sorry, Jared, I don't know.
Does it feel like what?
Like, because it does feel like you guys go like have these long monologues a lot of the times. Like
Okay,
it's not
so
a normal.
I just want to the monologue I mentioned with Leah
Yes,
in the insane asylum, but then this one, who by the way was sick on that day, when it's Chad Radwell's not funeral, but he's dead,
Yeah.
and they're
That's
in
the
the
best.
morgue,
Jackie Kennedy.
and she's dressed as Jackie Kennedy, and she does this. People are sort of questioning why she's grieving, and she goes into this hilarious monologue that involves the word leitmotif. It's unlike anything I think on television. Certainly unlike anything on television. The level of the writing,
Yeah,
it's extraordinary.
It is. It's incredible.
I also love that it's so like quirky. Like as much as everyone loves the show so much, like there's such quirky jokes on it that I think are hilarious, and I love that. Because they could take the easy way out a lot of times. I think in certain scenes, and instead they make it really special and interesting and different than like what other people are doing on television, especially like young girls. Like
absolutely.
When I got the script for the first season, the first episode, I remember reading it and being like, I don't know any girl my age on television that like gets to do scenes like this
material
and have that material and not have it be dumbed down and have it be like really biting and really funny and out there.
And by the way, newsworthy, and I'm going to flag something. Yesterday, Glenn Powell put up on Instagram a scene from last season, which was the Halloween, where he does his impassioned speech about the fact that Dean Munch has shut down Halloween, and he's saying it's the sluttiest night of the year, and are we going to let them shut down? And yet, what happened in the news this week is that college campuses are shutting down Halloween because it's so wildly inappropriate what the college students are doing in their costumes that they are actually shutting it down.
Wow.
And there we were a year ago, where Glenn Powell
That's
is extolling the virtues of Halloween only because you can be the slut version of whatever you want to be, including slutty Al-Qaeda.
Yeah, totally.
So I just think it's also, if you look back at the show, you will see not only the whole sorority angle, the whole way that the sororities, which the whole show was born from that horrible sorority letter, to here's Glenn Powell making this very political statement that now is being followed through in
real life. Well, the show is phenomenal. If people are not watching, it's on Tuesdays on Fox.
At 9 o'clock.
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
8 Central.
Baseball was getting a little in the way, but now it's like you guys are steadily, you guys are steadily
way too much in the way, and I think we should boycott baseball.
I agree.
You heard it from Jamie Lee says so.
Taking over
Here
the
we
world,
go.
you guys.
If
We now
only
think
for
she's
the
directing.
offensive mascot.
I agree.
Come on, baseball.
We're gonna go slutty baseball players next year for Halloween.
This is like I'm not dressed slutty at all. My outfit, I literally am
No,
dressed.
this is not slutty.
No,
okay, and we'll be back with things that aren't slutty on Halloween.
I'm dressed as a Victorian paperboy as my costume, otherwise known as Evan Peters on American Horror Story this year. I dressed as him in the white wig and the really
when he's leading them, when Sarah Paulson falls.
No, I was last night. Halloween's over for me now. I have to work tomorrow. It's over.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you.
Back to PopFest.